suite, with several in a row, that the New South Wales police had hired, New South Wales government had hired, and Bob Carr molested them, abused them, raped them. And then the father came back, his kids told him, and it was all put under a parliamentary privilege and sealed. Compensation was paid, and it was all covered up. Bob Hawke started the Wood Royal Commission because he actually had an idea that he wanted every child to be out of poverty, and it went against the curriculum of the Costello brothers and the other organised pedophiles within the actual charities, politicians and all that. Mr. Costello ended up becoming Treasurer of Australia under the other evil pedophile connected person, Prime Minister John Howard. Costello orchestrated all the bottom of the harbour scheme through St George Bank, and that made up another bank called St George Building Society, and made a bank called the New South Wales State Bank. And they're laundering all the drug money, all the brothel money, all the pedophile money through false charities. Anthony Kidman and Amos Nichols were associated in Hawaii and Australia. That is why she had to divorce her parents, was that this man, Mr. Kidman, could find anyone because he was the head of the psychologists of Australia. And he could blackmail anyone he wanted because anyone who'd spoken to a psychiatrist, he had access to their notes. So anyone who'd committed some crime, you know, if they were in a case against the family and the pedophiles, Mr. Kidman would threaten to and blackmail them by saying, well, you mention anything, we'll expose this about your past. And just, you know, it's only coincidence, isn't it, that Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman met on Young Talent Time, run by Johnny Young. They both performed on Young Talent Time with Johnny Young, a convicted pedophile.
A lot of the kids came forward from Young Talent Time, said they'd been sexually assaulted on set, didn't they? Yes,
quite a few. One of the boys actually got sold to Liberace and taken back to America.
Jamie Redfern, wasn't it?
Yeah, Jamie Redfern was sold to Liberace.
He was sold, wasn't he? He was trafficked and set up, as his little boy. And the whole world was told, oh, isn't this wonderful? He's given him a job opportunity or whatever, but he was actually sold to a pedophile.
Tina Arena, Franco Arena's niece, was a member of Young Talent Time.
Yes.
And it is my belief that it was because of her and a man by the name of Craig McLachlan from Neighbours, where other child abusers were set.
You're saying about Craig McLachlan, his involvement in Frank Arena, niece, Tina Arena. Tina Arena and Craig McLachlan, I believe, were the people who spoke out about Channel 9, and for that they tried to destroy their careers. Craig McLachlan was unable to get work after he talked about what had happened. He tried to form a band called Checkmate, and that failed because these people controlled the music industry as well. So, and he was very talented, wasn't he? He was multi-talented, Craig McLachlan.
He was a very multi-talented young man, yes. And Tina Arena, I believe because of her family being quite powerful, she was able to withstand, and a lot of the pedophiles weren't game to touch her because of who her family were.
Yeah, right. And so she does come across...
Would have witnessed.
Yeah, she comes across as very strong, and she's very...